everybody, Jagtar Paji here once again in London town. Two special people's coming to meet me today and I got very special introduction. Mom, the Packies are coming. You of course are here with two of the stars of the sequel to East is East. It is called West is West, Om Puri and Akib Khan. Yeah. Hello Omji. Hello Akib. How are you? Okay?
Yeah, we're good.
Sorry he slapped you. That was my idea. I love the first film East is East because that is how I learned the English when I first come to England. And that is why I do half English, half Indian. Like this.
Damn good.
Yeah, so very good.
Very good idea.
Tell us briefly about the film West is West. What is about?
Well, West is West is George Khan's journey back home to his first wife.
Mrs. Khan number one.
Mrs. Khan number one.
See, me and you have so much in common, Omji. You have Mrs. Khan number one, Mrs. Khan number two. I have Jagtar wife number one, and I have Julie in London. Very good. Very
Damn
good. Same
good.
reason.
Very nice meeting you.
You are my inspiration. Very good. Why you take so long to come with West is West? 99 East is East. And now 2010, 2011 West is West?
It took long for the writer because it was a difficult thing to extend because East is East was more autobiographical, which was ready in his head.
Oh.
West is West is planted, so therefore he had to work harder on it and to make it logical.
Oh, so he's not a slow writer. It didn't take him 11 years to write the whole thing.
No, I think next time he will take only 1.5 years.
Over to you, Mr. Akib now. Young man, the original Packies are here.
Sorry about him, Mr. Shah. It's just been circumcised.
But you are not the original Sajid from the original film, are you?
No, he was too old to play this role. I mean, it's been 11 years, as you said, since the first film. And in story terms, it's only been 5, so he couldn't play the role again.
Okay, so you got a lucky break to come into this film this time?
Yes, I'm very fortunate.
There's one thing in the film I notice a lot. Your dad, George, Omji, he hit you upside the head many times. Kutsha, everything you do, kutsha. Did it hurt?
No, I'm used to it.
Really? From back home or just from practicing the script?
Back home, I'm practicing the script, yeah.
Oh, really? You are naughty boy, really, so too. On a more serious note, I need to ask you. The story of you going back to Pakistan is because basically you are a bad boy in the school and your daddy want to discipline you. Yeah? There's a serious side to this because a lot of people from the Asian community in here in England, they think that is the way to fix kids. Okay? We slap them, they don't listen. We shout, they don't listen. Okay, send them back home. Do you think that's a good thing to be like portraying in the film?
Well, in the film, it shows that Sajid obviously resents his father and he thinks he's English. He doesn't know anything about his Pakistani culture, whereas his father wants him to be the same. P. Naseem says in the film that if you go to a different country, don't expect it to be the same, and that's where George Khan learns, that's where Sajid learns. Sajid grows up, he matures in the film, and he realises that being half Pakistani, being half English is what defines him as a person.
What is your input on that, Omji?
I think now it is different situation. 70s was different because that time Asians were feeling extremely insecure because of racism. Today they are much more assimilated and much more confident, and also the generation now is more educated.
So you go back in the film after 35 years to see Mrs. Khan number one, to marry Munir, your other son, yeah? And there's a bit of a problem because they're not like you there and you don't really feel liked here because you treated Mrs. Khan number one very bad. Why you do that? Why you do that one? To get the passport?
Maybe yes, but he had genuinely fallen in love with the English lady, and being a Muslim, he is entitled to have 4 wives.
That is very good. It's a bonus, isn't it? So you have to learn Punjabi, yeah, Sajid?
I know Punjabi.
Oh no, but in the film you don't really know.
Oh yeah.
Chigi, 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 you say. And then you say, Ako theek hai, ako theek hai.
Ako theek hai. Ako theek hai.
Chup hai khote.
Ako theek hai. Ako theek hai. Ako theek hai. Ako theek hai. Ako theek hai.
So I want to quickly just teach you some Bhangra, very quickly, to bring some Punjabi into it, yeah? Just very quick, stand up please. And you have to do the turn in the light bulb. And you have to do the motorcycle. And you have to do roti.
Oh, roti.
I like it. Very good. You pass Punjabi.
Roti de naal what TV?
Roti. Got two. And one last thing to be Punjabi. Ready? You have to sit down, sit up straight, and go. Brrrr-ha. Brrrr-ha. Very good. The film is releasing on the 25th of February. Okay. And obviously, from east is east, we go to west is west. What is the future plans for you guys? Is there going to be a third film?
Yes, there should be. And that should be East meets West.
You say that should be. Is that definitely going to be?
I
90%.
am 99% sure.
Because I have an idea for the film name. If you're not going to be east meets west,
What is that?
east or west, Bradford is the best.
Aha.
No da.
You like this?
You know
I
that.
knew you'd like that one.
Aha.
Can you sort me out part?
Yeah, sure. Bread is naan.
I can be wife number 3's boyfriend.
That's not a very good idea.
Okay.
I'll keep you away.
Bloody stupid.
Bloody stupid.
Jagtar Paji here with Om Puri and Akib Khan. West is West. Go check it out. Be at the cinema or I'm going to be very unhappy. 1, 2, 3.
He sold nearly 70 million albums worldwide, won a dozen of awards and nominations all the way from the Oscars to the Grammys to the Golden Globes. He's a fellow Canadian, so I love him already. It's the rock legend, Bryan Adams.
Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you.
You too.
So let's start with the brand new album. It's called Bare Bones, and it's made up of your greatest hits, but with a difference.
Well, it would be deceiving to tell people it's your greatest hits because it's not. It's got a few songs from that you know very well, and then it's got other songs that you wouldn't know so well and a couple of new songs. And I put it all together by going on my Twitter page and asking people what they'd like to hear. The thing that makes this record different to anything I've done before is it's all acoustic.
So would you say this is your most intimate album to date?
MTV Unplugged was also very intimate as well. Certainly, as a whole record, it has a real intimacy about it.
So you're one of the select few Western artists with mass appeal in India. And your track Summer of '69 was so loved that it's like the unofficial national anthem. So does your popularity in India surprise you?
My history with India goes back to the early 90s when we first played there in Mumbai. What I've discovered about the Indian public is they're very loyal, and that's why we've gone back, and this is our 4th tour there. They love the music, and they're actually one of the best concert audiences that I've ever seen. I remember also at one point during that very first show we did there, I think I was just getting ready for the next song, and this guy ran across, he jumped up from the audience, got onto the stage, ran across the stage, grabbed my microphone and went, "Thought I died and gone to heaven!" and then leaped into the audience.
Wow. Well, rock music is huge in India, and it's to the point where Bollywood made a movie around the genre called Rock On. And you've created movie soundtracks before, but have you ever been interested in doing a song for any Bollywood films?
Oh, I'd love to.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Then how about an appearance in Rock On 2, maybe?
Get them to call me.
Okay. Well, then we'll call the director, Abhishek Kapoor, then we'll get you signed up. I'll make some calls for you.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Well, you tour in places that a lot of artists don't actually go to. In 2006, you were the first Western artist to go to Karachi, Pakistan, after the September 11 attacks. Have you ever turned down any tour dates or shows in cities because you felt it was too dangerous?
I've never felt the danger, to be honest. In fact, we just went to the Middle East in December. We played in Syria and Lebanon. It was fantastic. I mean, really great audience. And in Syria, they'd never had a Western artist play there before.
You're about to embark on a 4-city tour in India.
Yes.
You're looking forward to going back.
Yep.
What is it about India that you love so much?
Every time I go back, I see something else, and I haven't seen all of India, and there's a lot to see. India is so fascinating. I don't think, even if I spent the rest of my life there, I would see all of India. So
Right.
I think it's, the much as I can see, I'd like to.
Are you going to be involved in any charity work while you're in India?
Yeah, I have my own foundation,
Okay.
and my own foundation has allocated different things. One particular project in India called Impact, which is helping young women in school. In the 4 shows we're doing in India, after the show we're doing an after-show party, which will raise money for different charities. That's one of the principles about going there, is that we're giving back as well.
Okay. Great, that's excellent. One thing that's common amongst Indian people is that they always have like a side job. And now you kind of have a similarity to Indian people. You also have a side job, which is photography. You've been published in British Vogue, Harper's Bazaar, Esquire, among others. Is that your release from music?
No, there's no release from music.
No,
You're
okay.
there forever.
Yeah.
I'm quite happy to be honest. You know, I mean, I like being creative, and I like keeping myself occupied, and certainly music does that, and touring does too. But it's nice to have other things to do.
10 studio albums, 5 live albums, 5 compilations. What's left musically?
Is that what it is? I didn't even know that. What's left? Just keep going. I love what I do. I love to sing. I love to play. I love to go on tour.
What's the one thing that you dislike about touring?
I don't like to be out for a long period of time. I like to be able to come and do a short tour and then go home for a bit. And I've done tours that were really long, 4 years in fact.
Well, 1 week of touring feels like a month of touring, doesn't it?
Well, I think if it's interesting places, of course, every city is going to be different in India, so that's going to be really great. But there is a monotony that happens on tour if you do it all the time.
Well, you've recorded collaborations with Mel C, Sting, Rod Stewart, Nelly Furtado, and even Pamela Anderson. Will we see you do anything in the future with any South Asian artists?
Oh, I've never been asked.
Never been asked.
No.
Well, maybe when you go to India, you can, we'll try to make some connections for you. Would you sing in an Indian language, such as Hindi?
Probably not, because I think one of the things about singing is in order to make your voice believable, you have to understand what you're saying. So, I mean, I've tried to sing in other languages. I sang in Italian and I sang in Spanish, and it was disastrous because I just don't understand what I'm saying. It's like I want to be able to mean it when I say it.
Right.
So, if you're singing in another language, they could be saying anything to you, and
Right.
you wouldn't know what you were doing.
That's
So
true. Well, unless
it's
you
not
get it
fair,
from-
right?
That would be really mean, wouldn't it?
That would be mean, yeah.
Well, thank you so much
No, it's
for
great.
everything.
Not at all.
And it's a
And like I
pleasure
said,
to
I'm really
meet you.
sorry I didn't put on a better shirt.
It's all good. You look great.
Lovely to see you.
Lovely to meet you too.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.